Hi Chargers and welcome to 6th grade. In this video, I'm going to go over specific things that you need to know since you are taking your classes online this year. One of the very big differences between online learning and face-to-face learning this year is how we are going to take attendance. For online learning, attendance is going to be based on your participation in Canvas on the activities and then also in Zoom on the days that we have Zoom. Each day you'll have an activity to complete in Canvas. Some days the activity will be something that's a major or minor grade that will go into the grade book and count towards your average for the class. Other days it's just going to be something small and it will be to show me that you were in attendance for that day. To tell the difference between what is just an attendance activity and what is an actual grade, you can look for the symbols. Minor grades will have a green check mark beside them in Canvas, and major grades will have an explosion beside them in Canvas. Anything else is still required, as I said before, for your attendance, so it is still important that any assignment or activity that I have on the days in Canvas is completed by you so that you can be counted present. The other important thing to remember is that you must complete the activity for the day by 11:59 p.m. So this is right before midnight. I don't suggest you stay up that late, but make sure you get it done. You guys have me first period. That doesn't mean that you have to, let's say you have a quiz, you don't have to finish that quiz before first period is over. You can take it later in the day if you need to, but make sure that you get it done by that night before midnight. There's some important things that I need you to know that might be kind of confusing, but if you listen carefully, hopefully it will make more sense. I will also post this PowerPoint to Canvas so you can refer back to it. As of right now, I have to use the same Canvas page for my one virtual pre-AP class, that's you guys, and then I also have two classes that are face-to-face during the day. I asked if I could get separate courses, and right now I can't. So most of the time, everything will be the same for both my face-to-face and online, but every once in a while, there will be something different. So make sure you're paying attention. If it says face-to-face only, that would not apply to you if you're taking the class online. You would be looking to see if it says online only, or if it just says nothing, that means it applies to everybody. Another thing that is going to be a little bit difficult because I can't separate the classes is quiz and test days. So because of this, I'm going to have to use access codes. This will be a code that you type in for you to get access to the quiz or the test. When it is a quiz or a test day, I will put an announcement in Canvas that morning to give you the code. So whenever you're ready to take the test, go to the announcement, get the code, and then go into the module to get to your quiz or test. Type in your code and you'll be ready to go. Another thing that is going to be a little bit tricky this year is that you guys are my only virtual online class. The rest of my classes all day are face-to-face. So what that means is I will be virtual with you guys first period, but then the rest of the day I'm going to have students in my room. I'm going to do the best to check my email frequently throughout the day, but just know that sometimes it might take me a while to get back to you because I have students in my room that I'm responsible for teaching. First period, I'll be able to answer right away. The rest of the day, it might take a little bit longer. So it's kind of a good practice to get up and first thing work on your science so that if you have questions, I can respond right away during that first period. Many of you got used to using Zoom this spring to meet with your teachers. This school year during online learning, Zoom is going to be slightly different. So each subject will have specific days that they meet so that you guys are not on Zoom all day long. The science Zoom days are Mondays and Wednesdays. We will not have one today on the first day of school, so our first Zoom will be this Wednesday. Zoom is always going to take place during our class time, so it is first period 8:15 to 9 o'clock. That is when we will Zoom every Monday and Wednesday. And what is very different from in the spring, attending the Zoom meeting is now a requirement. You must attend these Zoom meetings. That is how you are going to get counted present for the day. Also, it's important that you attend because we will be discussing new content. It's very important for your learning that you are in these meetings every time. Because Zoom is used for attendance, it is very important that when you are entering Zoom, you display your first and last name on your Zoom screen. If you don't know how to do that, you're going to click on the three little dots by your picture in Zoom, click rename, and then type in your first and last name and hit OK. In the spring, I saw a lot of students that would say iPhone or your parent's name. It's very easy to go ahead and change that and put your first and last name there. That way I can make sure that you're getting credit. I have 38 students in this class period, so it is really, really important that you have your names in there. Okay, some important reminders about Zoom behavior. You need to be on time. As you probably already know, sometimes it can take a while for you to actually get into Zoom. It will just say connecting and spin for a little bit. It is good practice to get on there 10 minutes early so that you can make sure everything is loaded by the time the Zoom meeting starts. You will have a waiting room. You'll be in that waiting room until I open up the Zoom session. But if everyone logs in early, it should be great. We should all be able to get in instead of me having to stop and let kids in through the waiting room constantly. Be present, meaning you're logged in, so you're counted present, but also focus on the Zoom meeting. Find a quiet place in your house where you won't be distracted. Please, we might do fun days every once in a while, but for the most part, don't bring brothers and sisters or pets or anybody into the Zoom. It needs to be just you so you can focus on the class. When we are speaking in Zoom or typing in the chat, we need to make sure that we are kind and courteous just as we would in class. Zoom is like class. I know you guys will be on your best behavior, but if there is a situation where somebody's not doing what they're supposed to, I will speak to your parents just like I would if you were acting up in class. Zoom is your class time, so you wouldn't come to school wearing pajamas unless it was pajama day. Make sure you are ready, looking appropriate for school when it is your Zoom day. So no pajamas, no silly costumes, no hats. You need to look presentable as if you were coming to school for a face-to-face class. As I said before, I have 38 students in this class right now. It is a very large class. For that reason, I'm going to have everybody muted when I'm giving you the instruction or the new lesson material. You will not be able to mute yourself. For the chat will only be seen by me. So if you have a question, you need to type it in the chat and I will look at it when I can and answer your questions after I'm done teaching. Do not use the chat to be silly. We did this some in the spring, some of us did, and what's the difference now is your chat is only going to be seen by me, the teacher. So if you're writing something silly, I'm seeing it and I can screenshot it and talk to your parents about it. Use it for serious questions and concerns only, please. Also, our group is very big. I won't see everyone's face on my screen at once. I'll have to click around in order to see everybody. So if you're raising your hand through your camera, I probably will not see you. So that is why I want you to use the chat. There's also a little button where you can raise your hand in Zoom. That pops up really fast. So if I'm trying to teach, I might not even see that. So please use the chat for questions. When we have group discussions, I will unmute you guys, but you need to keep your own microphone muted unless you are speaking up, answering a question, or saying something important. Otherwise, there will be a lot of background noise and we will not be able to understand one another. Okay, and Canvas is especially important for you guys that are taking the online class because this is how I'm going to get all of my information out to you, and it is how I am going to receive grades and assignments from you guys as well. So please, please, please look at the Canvas, make yourself familiar with it. There are lots of things that you can use in there. I went over a few of these in my other video. There is a calendar. There's even an inbox feature in Canvas where you can click and email your teachers directly. So you can email me through your regular email. Every student in the district has their own email account. Or you can just go into Canvas and email me from there as well. Your work will be posted one day at a time. So right now you can see the whole first week is there. When you log into your Canvas each morning, you will only see that day. So today, you guys, when you're looking, you will see Monday's assignment. Tomorrow, you'll be able to see Monday and Tuesday. Then Wednesday, then Thursday. Each day will be added one day at a time, if that makes sense. As I talked about in the video, sometimes what you're doing in Canvas will be used for a grade. You can see on this Thursday, there is going to be a daily grade that you submit. That's going to go in the Skyward Gradebook. It will count towards your final average. On other days, like Tuesday, for example, there is an assignment there. However, that assignment is going to be used for your attendance. It is still required. It is still important. It's just likely going to be something small on the days that I need it for attendance. If you do not complete your assignment for the day, you will be counted absent. If you are absent too many times, you will not get credit for the year. So it is very, very important for my class and all of your classes that you are reading carefully and making sure that you get everything done. So let's look at Tuesday really quick. I have the instructions here. Make sure you read carefully. So you're watching both videos here, and then you have a little response that you're going to do. So after you watch the videos, you're going to click on that and complete the response. So you see it's something very easy. You're going to have a box where you can type in, name at least 5 safety rules that you see from the first video, and then you have a question on why it is important to be wearing goggles. Answer that after watching the second video. You will just type it in, click submit. I will get it. I will see that you completed it, and you will get credit for that day. So again, stay organized, make sure that you are doing everything you are supposed to do for your classes so that you can get credit every day. Grades are important too. Just like in class, if you do not complete a grade on time, you can lose points for late work. So please keep up with your stuff, check and double check in Canvas to make sure that you're doing what you can do. Grades is a feature that you can click on over to the left if you want to double check that you're doing things. If I click on it right now, it's going to look different because I'm a teacher. But just know, for you as a student, that's a good place to look to make sure that you're not missing anything. If you are ever in doubt, talk to another student that you know is taking the online class, or always go to your inbox, send me a message, and I'll communicate with you just to make sure that we're all on the same page and that you're doing what you need to do. All right, students, I look forward to working with you this year, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.